Everybody, drop your buffs. We are switching tribes.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's not good. I have two video capture devices. There we go. We're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Swap Screwed. Oh wait, I should say drop your buffs. That'll be next time. I'll say next time. Drop your buffs. Welcome to Swap Screwed. We're bringing back this podcast. We have a little bit of a new look and feel to it, mainly because I want to pump out these videos faster. And it would be actually nice to get some interaction. I already see some people in the Discord call, so if you guys are in my server, I'll be happy to drag you guys in and share a few words with you guys. So, Survivor is about to premiere in 1 hour, but before we get that, I think we should sort of share our thoughts about how we feel about the season. Because we play Minecraft so much in Minecraft Survivor, the new twist that happened in the last episode, episode 4, with the one-person swap, we have our own interesting opinions on it. So today's episode is just gonna be us talking, sharing about that, and after that we'll be able to do a live watch party. With me, I have a few guests, so I'll be happy to show them to you. Okay, we should be good. And there we go. Okay, so with me today's episode, we got Ken, we got Lewis, and we got Jonas, the person who made that little intro for you guys. So all of you, say hello, say welcome to the stream.
Hi.
Hi guys, my name's Pablo.
Shalom. It is me.
And I will drag Banjo in because why not? Say hello to Banjo, our special guest.
Yes!
Why is Banjo the special guest?
I don't
Does-
know. I guess I'm special. Hey, give me a minute. I'll grab my camera.
You are special.
Special needs.
Special
Okay.
needs, bro. I'm gonna pull up.
Hey, Lewis, I'm live. I can't censor that. Survivor
fault.
producers go
As if
hard
you would.
Special
censor
needs is
that.
not offensive though.
on hard drugs, making the worst twist possible. Okay, thank you for your opinion, Arius. I'm happy to hear it. So, today's episode, quote unquote, is we're gonna be talking about a few things. One, how do we feel about Survivor 44? Because trust me, I know how we all feel about Survivor 43. That's arguably, I think, all of our favorite seasons because of the ending and because of just the moment of us all watching these episodes together and then joining. I have a FaceTime from Theo.
Jesus Christ, Banjo. Banjo's dragging his mic across concrete.
I'm gonna unlock the door.
Hi,
Okay?
Theo. How's it going?
I'm gonna have it unlocked. I'm gonna have it unlocked. Hey.
Theo called our podcast ghetto and that he was with my mother last night.
Thank you, Theo.
I feel your mother is dead. So.
Banjo.
Banjo, you
where the-
good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, there he is.
Ben just had
Oh shit! Oh, fuck me. Alright.
All good.
Banjo, I
You're
don't
good.
think I've ever seen your face before.
Have
Ben
you?
just
Oh yeah, no, you don't want. No, yeah.
No, yeah, you kind of look like Joey. Not gonna lie.
I'm
Okay.
debating if I
Brother.
So I know how we all feel about Survivor 43. Spoilers: Gabler winning, absolute top
Gabler's
tier.
a W.
We
The
all
rest of the
lost
season's
our
kind
mind.
of shit. Honestly, the rest of the season's kind of shit.
I mean, I liked the. I'll be honest, this is the one time 43 where I like the demerge because there was some actual argument between James and Owen. But that's not important. What's important is how do we feel about Survivor 44? We're about a third into the season, 4 episodes down. What are our thoughts? Are we feeling
The
it? or are we
premiere
not?
was really good, but the past couple episodes have kind of been shit.
4 episodes with like 8 to 10. How many idols is it? A shit ton.
So I think Joker did a head count last night before the tribal council, where spoilers, where Sarah got voted out. 2 negated to 2. There were 9 idols in the game before that tribal. 3 that were real. 3 that were the temporary ones where you could only play them at one tribal. And then
The 3 fakes.
The 3
yep,
fakes,
the 3
right?
fakes. Banjo, if you can, I don't know if you have noise canceling, but I think you're fine right now.
Yeah,
All
Benji,
good.
it sounds like
What
fucking.
happened?
It sounds like it's going through a fucking
Oh.
microwave.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, hold on. I'm gonna click 2 buttons here. You ready?
Yeah, what's up?
Where's the fucking button? I can't find the button anymore. I'm
I'm
getting
gonna
Can't
click
find the
2 buttons,
button.
guys.
You
I'm gonna
can't
click
find the
two
button.
Banjo looks better than I imagined. I thought he was a basement dweller. Okay. Friendly fire areas. Watch your back.
W Aries.
Aries-
Thank you, appreciate
Aries-
you.
Aries talks mad shit, dude.
But
My echo cancellation's on. Where the fuck is?
all good. I think it's I'm not sure.
You might
what
be
it
using
is.
are you using the wrong mic?
Maybe. Hold up.
Oh yeah, you're definitely using webcam mic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
it's on default. Yeah, hold on.
Let me make sure mine is on default too.
Yeah, there we go.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ. Okay, now
yeah.
that sounds like Banjo.
That sounds sexy.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'm about to invite a goat to this Discord server.
Okay. So I think, and honestly, the gameplay that's been on the paper, I say it's pretty average for the pre-merge. The pre-merge isn't really exciting most of the time, but for the premiere, I think the premiere is the thing that carried it the most just because of all the shocking
Yeah.
gameplay.
Also, the purple tribe just isn't fucking interesting. I really don't care about anyone
purple
besides Crystal
tribe?
Mommy. Yeah, no. Honestly, like Crystal Mommy's a W. Jam Jam's kind of overrated. And
Yeah,
Carson,
who's the other
Carson's
fuck
over.
on there?
Carson's overrated.
Carson.
A lot of people
One
like
who I
Carson.
like?
Who do you like,
I
Lewis?
like Brandon. I like Brandon.
Brandon, exactly. The reason that the premier was so good was because Brandon fucking idled the first round. That shit was insane.
Dan? The fire guy, the fireman. Oh, he's so cool too. He's
Danny.
so
Danny.
funny.
Danny's
Danny's
my
cool.
pick. Danny is my
I
personal
like
pick.
Danny.
When Danny,
Dragon Joker.
I texted Aries that like, oh my god, you're actually on the show because when Danny ate like the
Drag Joker.
parchment paper, I lost my mind. Okay, I'll
Here's
I'll
like
be
a-
the
Danny
Joker.
is the only one that's using the
Okay.
fucking page stuff. How it's
Besides
Right,
that,
yeah. There he is.
If my
No-
mic sounds
Oh, we
bad,
got invaded.
no
No.
more
If my
people.
mic
We're gonna
sounds
close it
bad,
at 7.
I can join on
No, close that
Cat
7.
Cam if you want me
Am,
to.
am I supposed to
you're
put
good
my
right
cam
now.
on?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't have a shirt on. Let me just put on something.
Well,
That's a
Lewis,
good idea.
Lewis didn't until 10 seconds earlier either.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those like little funny moments here and there. But besides that, like gameplay wise, I feel like when it comes to the show, the pre-merge is more about the characters and less about the gameplay. And then once you hit merge, then the gameplay sort of ramps up and the character development sort of fades away. Because by that point, if you don't have character development, then you're that quality. Oh my god. All good.
FD, please say your computer has virus.
Your computer has virus, and you are a motherfucker.
So,
Jesus
but the
Christ,
main thing I want to
internet
talk
is
about
shit.
though is the swap, quote unquote, that happened in the last episode.
Such a shit
So, for context, just to fill you guys in, so they brought back the sort of gimmick problem island. You know, it was called Shipwheel. You had the clamshells. This time,
Shit.
I'll call it Shot Clock Idol Island. 3 people
Call it
went.
Island.
Yeah, I'll call it island. So they went to the island. Carson, Josh, and the other girl, Lauren or
Claire.
Something like that.
Claire?
Jaime,
No.
right?
No,
Jamie?
Claire was my
Jamie.
home.
Jamie.
Jamie, thank
Yeah.
you. I
Jamie.
was gonna say Jaime or
So
something.
all
like
3 of them
Jaime.
go.
Is she Israeli?
So
There's
all 3
Jaime
of them
and
go.
Motel and Yutsik.
thought
Yes,
that's how it was
Cool.
pronounced, my
I
bad.
feel like it adds more of a touch to show her face, but I think I'm not going to drag anyone else because we have so many people. So for context, all 3 of them get to the island. They do their talking and they split off. So when they get to their station, they get an idol. There's no gimmick. There's no like risking. There's
They get
no,
one of
like,
these bad boys.
yeah, they get one of those bad boys. Lewis, show it again to the camera. I'll put you on full screen. The
There
temp.
it is. They get one
they
of
get-
these right here.
They get a
Yeah,
free idol, a
good boy.
free temporary idol. And they say they get the parchment and they're like, congrats, you have an idol. The idol loses power when all 3 of them are on the same beach. AKA like when the merge happens.
Merge.
So, or like the mergatory, where like they're all at the same beach technically, but not all immune. The second part to the gimmick is they have to draw a new buff, which is probably predetermined because I think there's one buff in each station. It's not like you're not picking a
Yeah,
new buff.
probably.
It's got to be
But,
predetermined.
yeah.
There
Yeah.
really
Weren't
is
the
multiple.
stations preset or were the stations random?
No, stations are preset.
Yeah, they're preset. You have to go down your
Yeah.
path.
So they were preset, but
This
were
would
like the
number six.
people who went to the island, was that preset or like did
No,
they
that
choose
was
which
random.
one they were going to, or was that random? Because people could have just gone back to their original tribes.
No, that was
three
random.
the 3 people were picked, but for example, if like they wanted to put Josh on purple for like tribe strength hypothetically, they could have done that on purpose. Like they could have said Josh go down this
Yeah.
path
I
and put the
guarantee
purple.
you that they probably have them all set up, and then the paths to get down to where you draw your buff is probably long enough to where after they see where the people go, they can just swap them out wherever they want them to
Switch
go.
the bags.
Yeah, just
True,
really
that's a
quickly
good
switch the
point.
bags. They probably because it's probably long enough. It's a whole ass island.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm looking at the chat. So
I think that I don't understand why they did it because everything that's cool about a swap isn't there. Because the main thing that's cool about a swap is that you
Everybody
get
swaps.
to sort of shake shit up where there's people that are on the bottom that can then make better alliances and then go to the top. There's people that were on the top that then have to continue being good so they don't just get fucking carried to merge. And in general, there's a lot more cool dynamics. We have the shit where if it's like a tie, then you have to see who's going to flip to force away from rocks. You get the shit with Elaine playing the whatever advantage in 39 that I thought was cool. You get
the
none of
steal
that.
vote.
Yeah, and you get fucking none of that here because it's like, okay, who the fuck isn't gonna play it there for that fucking idol the first tribal they go to? Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody is gonna sit there and be like, man, me versus all these people. Perhaps I don't need it. Shut the fuck up. Of course you need it.
Now
And
I'm
so
not gonna
what it-
say sorry to cut you off. I'm not gonna say NKS is always right. But in this scenario, NKS is
always
right. I feel like with the swap, the only thing it's doing is
Is it
forcing
forcing idle
the idle play, which
Yeah.
is probably why Jeff said he liked it a
Well-
lot because cool idle plays. But
I'm Jeff.
know if
I
it's
like
that.
idle play.
Yeah,
The
I
fact-
know
shittier
that
version of
a lot
China
of
Swap.
like as they're progressing now, I know that they're really like wanting to focus on more entertainment value because there's always been like kind of the background joke that like, oh, it's scripted, oh, it's rigged, like all the way from the fucking beginning. Like people have had certain
Yeah.
opinions about it. Obviously, for those who kind of like look at the show once and just assume it's kind of scripted or rigged, they're not trying to do that. They're trying to make it more entertainment value, I feel, because if you have to think about media and how it's being portrayed these days, like, all right, let's add more shit to make everything more confusing, but it's exciting. You know, like they always need to keep thinking of new things to spice it up, even though this may not exactly.
But
be the
whenever
best
they come
play,
up with new things,
but
they
it's
just fucking ditch them.
yeah,
literally, like
because
the birdcage will not be back. The birdcage will not be back, guaranteed.
No, but they got
like,
fire token. I liked fire tokens. I think fire tokens are pretty
The
chill.
McRib is back in McDonald's.
Oh,
Let's
I-
fucking
I
go!
forgot Dell was he. I forgot I had Dell has the role. I completely forgot about that. I'm
Gave
gonna
Del the
make
role
sure.
and not me.
Well, because I gave Dell a funny role and I forgot it was connected to this call. Anyways,
go.
I will agree that like in order to not only freshen the game and like keep the game interesting and keep it dynamic, because I feel like Survivor on paper it's good because there's already like a dynamic thing. Because like we played in shows where there might be only like one idol and it's like a 10-person merge. But you see that scenario probably countless times, but it can fall different ways depending on the people and the sort of thought processes. But I will agree, like the different advantages does like spice it up, sort of put new gameplay. But I don't think, like for example, I thought the first island visit with like pulling one shell and then having to pull out another shell, I thought that was cool, and I thought that's what the second island was going to be. I don't think you need to do two separate things. I think you just like a pinch of sugar to spice it up. You don't need
A spoonful of sugar.
Yeah, you
I
don't need to
hated
put
that
in the
you
whole
had
thing.
to. I hated that you were forced to put your hand in and grab a shell the first time.
Yeah,
Like-
That was
what I
dumb.
saying.
I think it should be your choice to pull it in for the vote or not, and be like, you have a 1/3 shot of doing it. Like how this fucking shot in the dark is lose your vote. We have a 1/6 shot of safety.
Yeah, I
Instead,
think
they brought them to an island and said you're gonna lose your vote most likely. So grab a shot of the bag.
I also think that shot in the dark is dumb as fuck. I never liked shot in the dark
I think
because
it's- I think it's nice. I think it's more like adds one little extra, the smallest layer on top of the game. Like Matthew used it really well this season at the first
Yeah,
vote.
that was. I
Yeah.
do like there's only two things that I think that, because the main two is shot in the dark is that's fucking stupid in the case that, let's say you hypothetically it's like a 5 versus 1, you play your shot in the dark and then you get saved, and then somehow you make it to a swap or a merge, and then you're able to get all the way to the end of the game. That's still gonna be like a hindrance on your game. Well, congratulations, you fucking literally just rolled a d6 and happened to get a 6. Like, that's gonna, people are gonna complain about that for your game. It's either gonna impact you in a hypothetical FTC, or it's gonna afterwards people are gonna be like the Chris Underwood shit, where it's like, oh, he's not a real winner because he got fucking voted off. And it's like, I'd rather just like not have that available to have an issue. But the other way that's cool about it, there's two ways where it can actually work. One is if you already have an idol and you play a shot in the dark beforehand, that means you basically have a 1 in 6 shot of saving your idol, which is like Mazel Tov. It's
People
like
have done that
cool.
before, and
Like, it's not that big of a
it's-
deal. But then you do have the thing where I think it's cool where you can intentionally play your shot in the dark so that you don't vote. However,
Mhm.
I think that while it can be a good move, it's also kind of a fucking pussy move. And I mean, me personally, I'd rather have shit that makes people be less pussy as possible.
Yeah, we know how you feel.
Yeah.
Well then,
Policy,
in that
Yeah.
case, like, how do you feel about the having to pick one of the things out for the lose your vote or get an advantage?
I think that's fucking stupid, because I feel like people should. The whole point of people not being pussies is that they've chosen not to be a pussy. That doesn't, people drawing until like they get the
Yeah.
shit, that doesn't make them
They've been
like
forced.
not a pussy. It's like, yeah, they've been forced to. I think it'd be cool if people just went up there and said like, oh, I don't want to risk it. And then there's one person, fucking Matt, sitting there drawing every fucking thing out of the bag. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I didn't get it. I would love to see how far that motherfucker would go until he got the fucking advantage.
Matt is
I
so
think that is
funny.
cool. I like Matt a lot.
Yeah. So wait, Matthew is the guy who's in the sling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and Matt is the
Clarify.
guy
Yeah,
that's
he's
just
about to
there
get
to
medevaced,
fucking.
remember?
Yeah, and Matt's the guy that's there to
Oh,
hit.
Yeah, he's apparently now gonna get medevac.
Yeah,
I
surprise.
have, based off the premiere, I have been under the opinion, and I don't know if I've mentioned this to you guys or not, or if it was into a different server, I don't remember. But I said that Jamie playing her shot in the dark was emotional and stupid, but Matthew playing the shot in the dark
That was smart, yeah.
strategic and actually intelligent, because it even explained, like, I said why he did it, because people were like, oh, why the fuck did he do it? It makes no sense. I explained why he did it. They didn't believe me. It showed up in the next episode and they were like, damn, that's crazy. But the fact that they can't do it anymore, I mean, it's fine, right? Is why would they need it now? You know, they're
Matthew's
fine.
the
Jamie
gay
has
guy,
2
right?
idols apparently, or one
Jamie
temp and one
has-
fake.
Yeah.
No, it's
I,
not
f-
the.
I like the idea of the fake. I'm gonna segue into the birdcage. I like the idea of being able to give someone a fake idol, like hide it and whatever. That's smart. I get it.
Mhm.
For like a first time viewer, you are screwing them in the head, being like, "What? Like,
That's a good
literally,
point.
They're not gonna understand."
That's a cool advantage that like we would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
'cause I-
That'd
Because
be
we
It's
cool.
been
literally did do
done.
it. We literally did do it on Oxys. We did it on Oxys
Yeah.
season 8.
For people who don't
Yeah.
know, there's a season on YouTube, Oxy's, I think season 8. Yeah.
Season 8.
Oxy does that thing where, like, listen, the aisle's here, but you have to get a key and open it. I don't think he did the fake part, but I could be wrong. I think it was just a key.
No, but it was intended so that like if you had a fake, you could go over and put it in there and then go hide the key. No one did it, but they could have, because they
The
just
one
weren't thinking
thing
about it.
I will say that's really bad with, I feel like, the modern era advantages is it could just be a coincidence, but there's such public knowledge. Like, the way you have to, like, this one, I feel like kind of is on, like, a little bit of an accident that one person opened it by himself. But, like, the beads, for example, in the phrases, when
Yeah,
one person gets it and says it,
everyone
the other
gets it.
yeah, and on top of that, the person, 3 people know about the gimmick, and it just is. I know it's 3 people,
Dude,
but 3 people can share it to every single
Yeah.
person to where your
dude,
idol
if I
becomes
ever go on
public
Survivor,
knowledge.
I'm just gonna start saying random fucking phrases. I'm just gonna go to challenge Jeff. I hope that the bees don't sting me tonight.
Jonas, how do you feel going into today's challenge?
Jeff, I feel like a unicorn has impaled my rectum. I really
My
feel like
rectum.
I was
I
trying to say
feel more
rectum. I was
slippery than
gonna say
orphans sliding
anus.
through a grease
I was
pit.
gonna say anus, but then rectum sounded funnier. But then I already started saying anus, so it sounded reanosectum.
Chillincool
Okay.
says that outside the game, material revealed that Jamie was the initial target going into the Brandon Idol Play Tribal Council, which is apparently why she played her shot in the dark. Apparently, she was like the
show us shit.
apparently
Okay,
she was
so
like the
people are
decoy vote.
pussies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I would say that it's technically a cop out, but I mean at the same time, like for example, if Brandon had to play a shot in the dark and it worked out, people would say it got billed out and people would say
Yeah.
it's luck. But at the same time, like I feel like there are other aspects of Survivor that you need luck in.
Well, no, but one of them is a lot more direct. Like, so let's say you take the 50-50 coin, for example. If you need to survive due to a 50-50 coin, that is literal, like, exact calculations. Let's say you get a bad swap, and it's like, oh, this was you're going to 50% of the time you're getting a good swap, 50% of the time you're going to get a bad swap. You can still do something about it. You can still have maybe it's like an illusion of free will, but you still at least have play that you can work around it. If I get a bad swap, I can change the way how I play. Okay, let's say for Survivor, because I always get fucking swap screwed. Let's say I get a bad swap.
Screwed. That's the name.
Hey, roll credits. Let's say I get a bad swap. I get a bad swap. There is still play I can make. There's still people I can talk to and say, hey, bitch, keep me around or I'm going to fuck you up. There's things I can do. There's advantages I can find.
Last episode?
Yeah, as in
we got to see this exact scenario happen last episode because the guy got threw over. He's in a 1v3, but it's a very separated 3.
Yeah, and he still managed to
Yeah.
get one vote. Like
The
there
thing
would have
is,
been
he
a
didn't need
rock
to-
push.
I think Jam Jam was way more likely to turn on Sarah than Carolyn was to turn on
Oh,
Josh.
Jam Jam, bro. I
Bro,
thought
He really
my
did not
opinion
need
is
to
Jam
play
Jam
his idol
sucked.
there. He could have kept the temp
Episode
idol
1,
and made it.
I love Jam Jam.
No, it was still the right
Even
move to play it.
responded to me on
Yeah.
Twitter, and now I'm like, fuck that motherfucker.
I mean-
Unlike my tweet.
I'm assuming.
Finals?
I mean, I'm not sure about the rock draw scenario, but I'm assuming it could be a rock draw at that tribal. But
Yeah.
I know they do fire making. I think
I'm pretty sure they do.
that's
fire.
how I would. That's how I would do it as a
Pretty
host,
much,
and
yeah.
I'm always right.
Guys,
so.
like, I'm so rich.
But to go back to the temp idol real quick, it is. I feel like the issue with the twist is that you're forcing these aggression plays, like the idol plays, which I feel like in return don't make it as like, wow, an idol play.
Yeah, they pollute it. Because idol plays
So-
used to be really fucking cool. Nowadays, I can't remember the last idol play that was super fucking sick. And also,
Rick
Lewis,
Devins.
Lewis, you can't do a money spread with only $1 bill. You have to have like
I'm poor.
$50
I would
cash.
fucking Rick Devins on a play because he had like fucking
Yeah,
15.
the other-
You want me to throw my credit card at the screen?
Okay,
The other thing,
but
I
yeah,
think I just showed my fucking ID by accident.
go Ken, go Ken.
Good work, Lewis.
the other thing with that twist is that I feel like that the community would be a lot more infuriated because imagine if like one of the irrelevant people that got that advantage. Imagine if they just rolled up and idled out fucking mad. Like that would be.
Yeah, true.
That is a good
We
point
would
that I
be
was
pissed.
gonna actually come to because I was gonna segue into it, but that's actually a great cutaway, Ken. Before we do that, chill and cool comments. Everyone answer this individually. Do you think Matthew's time is up? Matthew being the one in the sling.
In the sling.
Gameplay wise or physical wise? Physical wise,
I
he's
I
probably
feel
fine. Cause like I don't
Face
think you
fucked,
do
man.
too.
I
I
think that
think-
he's probably gonna
No.
get medevac.
Jeff Probst said in a preseason interview that there were 2 medevacs this season. Bruce
Yeah.
was 1. I think that Matthew might be the next.
It's probably Matthew.
Oh, he's
They
got
wouldn't
it.
be
What do you
talking
mean?
about it
Yam
so
Yam's
much if
gonna
they
go
did.
down.
Unless like they wouldn't show us so many times where Matthew has done a challenge with specifically his bad arm, like a dumbass. Like imagine if Carla was just doing like fucking leg presses for a challenge in 43. Like it's what Matthew's doing. He pulled back a slingshot like this. Like
Yeah. No, and here's the way they edit it is also they also made it very normally Survivor would edit that like, wow, what a fucking dumbass. Like
And
let's
then
take
move on.
like Mike Holloway. Mike Holloway never got medevac, but he ate a scorpion on his first fucking day and started throwing up. They edited him to make him look like a complete fucking dumbass. Cause yeah, if you eat a scorpion, you're probably fucking stupid. I mean, he didn't even cut the tail off. But like, yeah, you're pretty fucking dumb. but you're editing it to make him very sad. Like, that was almost it, guys. This could have been my Survivor experience. I'm like, why the fuck are you editing it like this? Like, people would normally forget about this if it's not a medevac.
Yeah,
The
well,
dude
it's
from Girls vs. Villains with the
Because
terrible
fucking,
leg.
like, recently, like
James-
nowadays in these
James.
seasons, they're just trying to make everything so like happy and sunshine for these.
yeah, and that's just the new era.
Yeah, I
with-
agree. That's
It's just not fun to watch. It's not fun.
I
to
want to
watch.
roll in. I want fucking Russell Hands 2.0 to roll in. I want him to have the hottest takes, the worst opinion on the people there, and fucking steamroll the game.
This is why Australian Survivor, I think, I like better. Like,
George.
Oh, okay.
man against George. George is literally just so fucking based.
But
They don't
for
have anyone. They
Australian
don't allow
Survivor,
anyone to be that based on Survivor nowadays.
Also,
Because
just
they're
like
fucking pussies.
the comedic editing that Australian was, like some of the characters like did not get a lot of screen time, which kind of sucks. But like there was this one scene where a guy had an idol and was trying to tell his friend. Instead of like showing it publicly,
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
fucking
dude, the
you
idol's
reached
in
it
my
into his
pants.
ass.
It's in my pants. You gotta feel my pants to feel the idol, and it was hilarious. We were crying.
And also,
Oh, you're talking
oh
about.
no, okay, no, we have to. Okay, no,
That was Simon.
This is spoilers. We have to talk about this. The fucking editing when Simon realized his idol was fake, and he also realized he had then pissed off everyone in the game. Sitting there, rating come down like, today sucks. I fucking hate this show. That was fucking hilarious. There's nothing like that on Survivor.
It
And,
was
and
good.
also, like they also allow people to be villains. Like, and part of it is just the way they edit George in particular. They allow George to just fucking talk mad shit.
You know, we do actually have a new era villain. Her name is Shan, but she was a villain outside of the
Yeah, no,
game.
but she's just a fucking asshole. Yeah, there's difference between George isn't an asshole. George is just like a fucking.
He's a.
I did like in 43 how they showed the argument. I did like how Owen
Carla
and
Ka-
James.
yeah,
like
Owen and James,
George.
Carla and
George
Cassidy.
the player is a villain. George the person is not.
So like
Yeah,
we all know that like fucking Carla is gonna come back because she had that conversation with Cassidy where she said, if you vote me out, then I'm gonna tell the jury that you did jack shit and you're gonna lose the game. And then Cassidy was like, I did amazing, and then Cassidy lost the game.
That to me is I like that. I actually like that. Those are strats. I feel like that's the one element that has been of strategy that's been very. People don't really see that a lot. It's the bartering with jury votes, because the earliest case that was in was, I believe,
I think
Cook Islands.
Cook
Yep.
Islands with Yule. Yule
With
if he
Yule.
kept him in an extra round, then he would give him his jury
Yeah.
vote.
And to me, like, I've done that a couple times, and people do that all the time at Final Four, where if I lose Final Four fire making, I'll give you my vote. And that's how you get fire making from a goat. That's like the
Oh,
standard
God.
way.
On
Mhm.
God.
But to sum up your
And,
answer, Chill and Cool, yes. Where do you get information?
It's over. It's a wrap.
Joker got information from Elite Chris that there are 2 medevacs. I don't know.
Oh, you
Okay,
went
but
everywhere.
sorry to kill the conversation, but the next subject I was going to talk to you, Ken talked about it earlier. We're all back. Ken like said something about like, oh, because I feel like we don't like it because if it happened in our sort of community, we would go crazy. So my question is,
Yeah, I'd freak the fuck out.
is
What it
Um,
was if totally irrelevant, use the advantage to take out like a fan favorite or some shit. Like imagine Brandon gets like 6
No, there's an absolutely like perfect example of this, and it's remember when Carl used the idle nullifier on Dan, and everyone
Yeah.
popped off because the Davids got it, and then Dean idle nullifier Janet, and everyone loved Janet, and she got fucked, and so everyone hated Dean.
Yeah,
That's exactly the point you were
I
making
do
right
think
there.
that's fair.
so
Perfect.
mine is
I mean-
personality. Like,
I mean, also to say, Dean got that idle nullifier because of a fucking coin flip. So
Yeah, also that's also fair. It's another thing, the coin flip is just pure luck. Carl got it because he drew the fucking thing. That's luck.
Yeah.
The thing is, dodging an idol has been around for fucking since the
earliest parts of the game.
yeah,
It's a while.
since the first of the modern idols, since Fiji. The fucking voting Edgardo there was the first example of someone being like, fuck it, we don't know where the idol's getting played. Let's just vote the guy they're least likely to play it on. And then another spoiler for Australian Survivor. Let's say hypothetically, what the fuck was that voice crack? Let's say hypothetically at the round in Australian Survivor, just for people that don't know, in Australian Survivor, George managed to survive his alliance versus an alliance of 3 at the final 9, 6 versus 3. 2 of the 3 played idols, and he fucking got his alliance to vote for the guy that didn't have an idol
I
played on
would
him.
say that's luck though, because
No, that was not
No,
luck. That was he
because
deliberately chose Sam as a target while spreading the other 2 names around. That's what he told Simon. That's the reason why they
Okay,
played the idols on
that's to
those
be
2 because they
fair.
heard from Simon. That is fucking galaxy brain fucking tier
And then Haley
strategy.
tipped the
Let's
wrong
say
thing.
hypothetically how that goes is they pile their votes onto Sean. Sean plays his idol, but oh look, hey look, George had an idol nullifier that he found in the coconut adventure that he randomly got assigned to go to. It's way less cool. It's way less cool. Like
So-
Survivor, the problem with the luck shit is that it doesn't really detract from the game. It just makes it less fucking cool.
These powerful advantages are not being earned or deserving of like ownership. Like it's one thing to find an idol last minute or to find an advantage through like doing some cool shit. It's another thing by getting it like hat out of a bag.
Yeah, there's only been one cool move in the past like fucking 3 seasons, and that was Jesse stealing Cody's idol. And before that, there was cool plays that people just do just by fucking playing Survivor. Like Cody, not Cody. I can't. He's just mentioned Cody. Tony, 4-3-2ing out Sophie. I think is a cool fucking move.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like,
so the question I want to dive into
in the first place is fucking stupid.
Yeah. So the question is what I want to dive into now is sort of Minecraft Survivor and the Minecraft Survivor community. Taking away personality wise, because for example, okay, bye Banjo. Yeah. No OTTN here. But because obviously we're all gonna get pissed like if I don't know, like Theo takes us out with some dumb advantage. So
I'm gonna kill him.
Minus personality wise,
legal name.
How do you feel like this advantage would do in Survivor or in Minecraft Survivor? The one being where, let's say I'm hosting a like 18-person season. At the final 14, I pick one person from each tribe, move them down, and give them a temp idol that expires at merge.
So let's clarify something real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the final 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means 4 people have been voted out.
Yes.
Knowing this Minecraft community, and unless you are making the tribes yourself, if it's random tribes, we could easily get fucking 4 shitters out of the game, and then there's 2 people left on the tribe. Is that really what you want to do? You still want to do the one swap?
Yeah, that's that. So, yeah, dynamics wise, let's say hypothetically, it's not a pagonging.
So hypothetically, I think how you plan that out is that at 15, if it's 6-6-3, you do a normal tribe swap of like 5 and 3 to balance things out and shuffle, and then you don't do that. But if it's like a balanced kind of vote out up until 14, then you can kind of make that decision to go, okay, let's do this twist. But it really depends on obviously the tribes and the people playing if you need to do that.
But I think just in general, it fucking like as a player myself, if I was playing it, I mean, odds are I'm winning out till merge. So like, it's not going to affect me, but it's going to affect the people in the other tribe, and I have empathy for them, and it's also going to affect the guy that let's say hypothetically, you're someone that was on my tribe. I was carrying you in the comps. You get swapped into another tribe with an idol. And then I beat you in all the challenges, and on your new tribe, you play your idol, and then you get voted off. I feel like there's not a lot of counterplay on that because you were on the trade-off is that let's say you're not on my tribe at the start, and you're gonna lose all these challenges. You still have the time to talk to make alliances so you can get past the pre-merge. But if you are both not on my tribe and also don't have those fucking alliances, you're just fucked.
So I want to actually mention something with that too, because there are like 3 different scenarios, right? There's 3 different scenarios, okay? If this does happen, regardless of numbers or anything, fucking stay with me.
I'm looking.
So obviously the first one is the one that NKS was talking about, where you get completely like fucked. Like the person that gets sent over is just completely fucked, right? It's done. It's over. They're cooked because they're getting sent to a 4-person majority, and now they're getting voted out regardless. The second one is where you're going into a tribe that is more split than North Korea and South Korea, and you are literally just able to pick a side and actually stay safe because the 2 sides are going at each other, right? Then there's the kind of the weird third option where you come into a tribe and you just do not know, and they don't even know, so everything is like, rather than 2 sides, it is like the circle.
Yeah,
everyone is kind of individual. It's really weird and confusing, but it just depends on people. That's all you can really do.
Cool. I just think in general, just less cool than a fucking swap.
Yeah.
So the swap at least makes it defined. You know,
Yeah.
you don't just fucking woo.
And a swap is luck based, but there is counterplay to it. Like The amount
And
of
also-
times I've gotten fucking swap screwed, ding ding ding, and made it out, like it's honestly probably more times than I've been swap screwed and then got voted out. Like I feel like still, even though I get swap screwed, I have enough confidence as a player that I'm probably gonna make it out.
And then on top of
wish I
that,
could say the
it's
Yeah, get fucked.
everyone's getting swapped, so everyone has like the
Fuck you,
equal
Joe.
probability of getting screwed technically. Another question I do want to follow up though, is the issue with what I'm seeing with the twist is you have 3 tribes with all these temp idols, but I'm pretty sure one's not going to get played regardless because they did this twist at 14, right? So
Yep.
now we're at the final 13.
Mhm.
There's a chance someone might get medevaced, so we might be at
We're just
12
gonna
in
bring
like
it to
this
12,
episode.
and then there's gonna be a vote out, which will bring it down to
So-
11.
Yo,
But
if we go down to
hypothetically-
12, no mergatory, please.
So that would be great too. Hypothetically, if Matt does not get medevaced and we're at 13 this episode, like this new era, quote
Shut
unquote,
up,
has
shut
only
up.
been merging at 12 and 13.
I like that.
So do you like, but do you, I like that too. I like the bigger merges. It makes it more fun as if everyone's an open target. But because the demerge kind of defeats that purpose. But does this twist work with making your temp idol only having like 2 rounds or 3 rounds of played in? Or do you think this twist would be better to sort of use the idol as a way to get your footing and then let the game go on?
I think if they just gave them individual immunity, that'd just be fucking way better because at least there's no one getting fucking like, oh, I know that this person's fucking like let's say hypothetically someone swaps your tribe, you're probably stupid if you don't go for them, but then you're just gonna get fucking idled out. If you just gave them individual immunity, that's the same thing as protecting them for 1 vote while also allowing other people to have counterplay around it.
You want to know something funny that I think that now, Jonas, I'm not going to direct this at you, but I am going to direct this at you because it makes sense for the argument, right? What it encourages people to do with these temp idols before the merge is
Just
that
fuck
it
me over.
encourages people. Yeah, exactly. It encourages people to take those shots kind of earlier because we don't want a boring pre-merge up until the merge, which kind of goes back to what I said about entertainment value. They want more spice. You know, they need more. So those idols are to kind of like pressure people or to put something in the back of their mind, be like, you know, I could do this if I use the idol, right? But obviously, again, is it detrimental to the game?
Yeah,
or
I
is it
feel
gonna
like
help
in
you?
Yeah,
general-
Josh came in. I'm gonna take it the big threat. I'm gonna get Sarah.
Yeah, like
No, but I just think in general, one, people probably just won't do that just because they're just trying to actively win. But second of all, I feel like once you compromise survivor integrity in terms of the way, because the main problem that people have with the show nowadays isn't I honestly don't think it's like, oh, there's so many advantages, because like when people had a lot of idols, like it's fine, there's idols. It's sometimes the advantages are fucking overpowered, but
They're
it's the
not.
combination. It's the combination of the overpoweredness of some of the advantages and the
F.
lack of counterplay around them. Because like there's counterplay to the fucking knowledge is power, but that's only because people are fucking stupid with it.
Yeah.
Do you guys
It's-
think that there would be counterplay to Sarah's fucking if I play this advantage tonight, I get all your fucking advantages?
There's
Well,
no
I mean,
counterplay
like,
to that.
So to be
No.
fair, I
mean, like,
think
hers is just like I have to guess. that
I
this
also
person's gonna
think
play it.
that, like, for example, because Joker's big argument with Sarah's advantage was that, like, if, for example, if the 7 of us went to tribal, Banjo played an idol. Joker's logic is that he could stand up, play his advantage, and then take Banjo's idol and play it on himself.
Is
like,
that
in
how
the
it
same
works?
round.
No.
I
So the way
don't-
that it works-
That's
No.
not how that
No.
works.
That was not my thing at all. So, but what
What?
Sarah
Okay,
has to
okay.
do is she has
Shut
to play
up,
the
Joe.
advantage. She has to play the advantage inside the voting booth like you would a idol nullifier. And
Yeah.
then if an advantage is played at that tribal council, Jeff will take it out of the urn, and Sarah will get to use the power of the advantage as well.
But
Is
I
that
think
how it works? I thought it was after the tribal she gets
After-
those
it was after-
advantages.
That's
yes,
what I
I
thought it was, too.
thought
Is it
I
after
thought
the
it was.
tribal?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
sure.
Yeah,
it's fucking
so-
called
Well,
the
Joe, what
thing.
you described was
said
not
you
after the
play it
tribal.
like an idol
Okay, well, what you
nullifier,
described
play it
either.
like an idol nullifier in the booth, but you don't actually know like what's gonna happen, right? So you don't know if anyone's gonna play the idol or not, and if it happens,
Yeah.
then you get it after the fact.
Unless say
So if you
2
get
idols are
tribal,
played,
then
you
you're
get
able to
2
do that.
idols after that tribal.
Yeah.
That would be really funny if she like plays at a really chaotic tribal, she gets 3 idols, but she gets like voted out in that same tribal, so she technically gets voted out with 3 idols.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
that'd
be
be
funny.
hilarious.
Do you
That
guys
would be
like?
really painful.
Do you guys think that it's gonna be rehidden in the water well, like the knowledge's power?
Oh,
That to me is
100%.
just I really don't understand why they have to
I'm
make these
going for a
advantages. Like
swim.
this.
I don't know about
I
you.
Well,
think
I
just
think
like
at-
in general, they're not. If okay, the knowledge's power is just like speaking from personal experience. I've only ever been fucked over once by the knowledge's power, and that was in a series of fucking OP advantages that I legitimately had 0 counterplay to. I had 1 counterplay that now I actually do that, and it actually fucks me over. Let me explain. So in Llama's season 18, it was
I love that season.
Joker loves it. But what happened was it was extroverts versus introverts. And by that, so the extroverts tribe was full of a lot of good players and CTO and Jack. And then the introverts tribe was me and Red having to carry. Swamp was also good at challenges. It was me and Red and Swamp having to carry like Tana, Uy Gordo, Slime was there. He's good at challenges, but doesn't fucking talk. Like Skylar.
Gordo almost won. He should have.
All these people, our tribe was looking very not stacked. But just because I'm there, I'm him, and Uy somehow won us one of the challenges, which is fun.
Yeah, Uli.
We ended up getting up in numbers. This is what fucking happened.
Can I explain, please?
Shut up! Let me cook.
I think we should let
So
Joker
these people on Joker's tribe, fuck guys, we need a way to fucking get NKS out. So they play a mutiny advantage. Now the mutiny in Survivor is like you leave the tribe to go to the other one. Not so in Llamas. Llamas is you choose a person on the other tribe you get to swap with. So Lemon goes up. Okay, guys, I'm gonna swap with NKS. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, if I lose, I'm fucked. I know what these people are fucking doing. And then they threw the fucking challenge. But I am fucking him. So I win the challenge by myself.
He did. He won the challenge by himself.
What was the challenge? What challenge can
It was the one. It was one where you dug through the tunnel, and I was the only one digging. These people behind me were just sitting there fucking jerking off. I'm the only one digging. Like, you fuckers, get ready to run through this. But the other tribe was shit because they don't know how to communicate. So I was winning the challenge by myself. I run through, I step on the pressure plate. Ta-da! You win. I'm like, thank fucking God. We better swap soon. We don't swap the next time. The next challenge was the one where we had to break the blocks and go back and forth and place the shit. And literally all they did was mine the blocks, keep them in their inventory, go back and forth like, guys, who has the stone? And each of them were sitting there going, I have the stone. Hey, guys, I have the stone. Hey, Lois, guess who's throwing the challenge? And I know what's going on because I'm not a fucking dumbass. I know what's going on, and I keep DMing my entire GOAT alliance. Goats, please, I need an idol. Skylar gives me her idol. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Schmeckle Boy experience.
Guess who had the knowledge is power, guy.
We get to tribal. Sam K goes, hey, NKS. We were all throwing. Little did you know. I have a knowledge is power. I just fucking DC'd. I called Sam out. I just fucking DC'd. Literally, there's only one counterplay to that, and it's to play your idol the moment you get to tribal. However, playing your idol early is actually a fucking disadvantage because I did that shit in fucking Masons and fucking Stings, and then sure enough, Joker whips out an idol plays afterwards, and I couldn't take back my idol, and so I fucking lose the game because of that. So it's the only counterplay to fucking these advantages is a move that is bad. It's like, oh, what do you want me to do? Shoot myself in the face or shoot myself in the heart? It's
either way, I'm fucking dead. Like,
it was so. I mean, I forgot about that season. Thank you so much for bringing
Here's
that
the thing. The main thing that made this funny. There's two things that made this funny. A swap comes immediately after. On one tribe, it's fucking Red, like Swamp and Uli the Gordo against Anton, Lemon, and Decode. I'm DMing Red at this point. Red, you fucking better avenge me for this, bitch. And he's like, I got you. Let me cook. Red immediately pushes rocks on Decode, and both Lemon and Anton flips on him. And I was timing it. I was sitting there in a call with CB. I had a fucking timer. Let's see how quickly Jeff leaves the community after this. Start the timer. Stops the torch. Leaves the server. Goes to his leaves the Llama's Discord server. And then like 30 minutes later, he posts this like long ass fucking like at everyone, guys, I can't believe Red would pregame me in this fucking Survivor. And I'm just sitting like, get fucked, bitch. This is your own fucking problem. And then the second funny thing that happened was that Uli got the final 3 and almost won.
Oh, that would.
What I'm saying, man.
I
he
got
should've
4th.
Yeah.
The only, actually,
So
it's
as
so
you guys
funny.
can
Behind
see-
the scenes on that is
And it was
Llama.
also X-raying.
You guys remember we were talking about like what if production rigs, like if we're gonna do a swap at this point, or if we're gonna do this based off of what players are left.
Mhm.
So Llama during that season, he told me that if I would have made it to the final 3 instead of getting 4th because I choked the challenge against Swamp, he would have made it to final 3 and it would have just gone straight into FTC. But because I lost at 4, he made it to final 2.
Oh, okay. That actually brings
Yeah,
up a good point
that's kind of-
because
I don't do
right
that.
now,
That's
right now we're
that's
leading
really
on
stupid.
the Jonas tangent. Not at final 3 or 2, but for example, a little spoiler about my recorded. I'm not gonna say what happens,
Shut-
but hey, no one be posting a boot list in the comments now, okay? I'm warning you guys. I'm looking. Pre-production, I had this
Excuse
idea
me.
where I had this idea where I said, okay, I have a swap at an even number. And
Oh, I know this one.
my sort of thing on my checklist was like, I'm going to do a swap at X number. Let's say it's at 10, hypothetically. I do a swap at 10. If my 2 tribes, or hey, Echo, screw you. We're not losers. We're cool kids. He's probably waiting to get dragged into this VC. No one is, but he's
not in the call. He's just
he's
shit-talking.
hating. But
I don't need to hear it, Echo.
for example, on my thing, I said, okay, I'm gonna do a swap at 10, but if my 2 tribes are 5 and 5, I'm not gonna do a swap at 10. If they're like 3 and 7, I am gonna do a swap at 10. Just hypothetically. Is that what do you guys think about it? Hypothetically.
To me, when you're planning a season, this is what I do as a host personally. I plan the season out and I stick to it. Like, and I've had shit in my seasons where in FD's season, their tribe fucking lost the first 3 challenges because they decided to vote off Killer Oxy and killing Oxy in the first
I
2
didn't want to do either of them. Oxy just fucking wanted to vote me out.
Alaska was wild, bro.
Also,
but that
Outback
shit-
Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt was also trolling. If I'm me personally, I would not have a swap there just to fucking show to these fucking people that, hey, fuck you, this is a dumb move. You guys suck balls. But because I had planned a swap there, I swapped. But
Yeah.
like, because let's say hypothetically, if I did decide fuck that, it's not a swap there, then FD or Tommy probably go after that vote, and or Wyatt goes, and then so all of a sudden the tribe is just left where it's like TJ and Jason. And it's like I don't think TJ and Jason are gonna win a merge against fucking 10 other people. And that to me is like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean, I do similar things because obviously I hosted a yonder ago, dear God. But even for that one that I hosted more recently, which I won't go into specifics for certain reasons, there was a point where towards I don't know what point, but I think it was when I hit the merge, I realized that I had fucked up with my counting because I had been playing this thing for like maybe a month at this point. Maybe I should have gone for 2 months because I didn't realize that I was off by 1 and I could have just tied the jury vote and I would have fucked it. So I had to scramble to make a final 3 challenge and make it a final 2, which wasn't my original intention. But most of the time, it is better to organize and not do things like either last second or just because of certain numbers or people. Like, try to always have it pre-planned regardless of the people.
Me personally, honestly, I don't really care if it's the final 3 and there's 9 jurors, there's 6 jurors. If there's like a multiple 3 number of jurors, and if it ties 3 ways, then I mean I go by what Vision used to go by because I think it's the best way. If you have the last pre-juror decide. And the thing is that almost happened in my season 2. Rap almost had to decide between who would win between Rug, Haley, and Jack. But I'm fairly confident he would have voted for Jack anyways. So
But for people in the chat, yeah, I'm sort of, I see where you guys are making the connections, but for me, I wasn't ever considering doing something like this for like a final 2 or 3. It was more for like a pre-swap because in my mind, was what's going to make the game entertaining and what's going to, like, seem good on paper. And at that rate, I was prioritizing entertainment more, which is why I was going towards that swap if it was uneven. So that way it's not like a like JP season where like one tribe loses a bunch of challenges.
I mean, to me, the
But,
cool way to do that is just to fucking have swaps like every couple rounds and then merge early. I
Yeah.
never go more than 3 rounds without a swap in my shows because
Yeah, but Arctic
I
people
also merge
typically
super
plan
early.
when they want to have their swaps. The only different thing was me was I was planning, I guess, an optional swap based off the numbers. Aries says, I don't think hosts should cast bronze players with plat players or players that duo boost, aka social ladder. I wish I did not read the first half before seeing aka social ladder. Thank you, Aries, so much for your input. But yeah, so I think with that we're gonna wrap things up. But before we do, I guess one last discussion thing, because it was sort of on my mind, especially when Banjo joined the call. Me, Banjo, and Lewis and Jonas, we all played in a season where the gimmick was you went to an island for a competition. If you won, you got sort of what they have. We called them shot clock idols, where you had the
Wait, what season was this?
Is this
Lucas
Lucas
Skies. Yep. So the
Fuck that-
idol.
no, fuck
I
that
never got
season.
to go. That season was great.
So
got
so the
scammed.
goal was that like I think you would go with a duo and you'd have to win in a fire making challenge, like get flint and steel. I won it, so I got an idol, and what it said is you have an idol, but it's only good for 3 rounds. So the 3 rounds that you attend tribal.
Yep.
So the last round you play it. So how the advantage worked and how it turned out for us is Lewis.
Oh,
Stop
Taylor
watching
Thank you,
Mud.
YouTube.
buddy.
Anal Muds and
But,
Shreddy Talk.
No.
Long story short, how it happened was the boys got to merge. We were like on our high horse. We thought Lewis was getting the votes. Played an idol, misread it completely. Banjo goes home,
So,
and things get just worse because
And then
Banjo had an idol too. Gives to me, and I don't tell my friends that I have an idol.
And then Joe doesn't tell me, and then we stack all our votes, and then he idles himself. I thought I wasn't immune for this vote. I'm like, okay, you could have told me because we would have split votes. He's lucky they voted him because Schmeichel's law. Second of all, on the revote, they don't vote me. They vote Lewis for some fucking reason. And then these fucking people, here's the thing, those fucking idols, I do like the fact that you play them frequently,
Mhm.
but I also think that they just cause so much bullshit because when there's that many idols, the counterplay only is possible when your allies tell you about shit. And when you're in a fucking bronze lobby, I had no idea what the fuck is going on there.
Okay. But my question is the last question to wrap things up. Hypothetically, for this 44th season, if Carson, Josh, and Maria or Jamie, my bad.
Maria.
I don't know. I was thinking West Side Story for
Spanish
some
name,
reason.
go.
No,
Did you say Spanish?
The most
don't
beautiful
cancel
Maria.
me. Maria.
Guadalajara.
My question is for you guys to sort of discuss. Hypothetically, instead of giving them these idols that expire at the merge or when they all meet up, what if they said, okay, you get an idol, but it's only good for 2 or 3 rounds, where they don't know the idol ends at the merge, but it's going to be around the same time frame. Do you think that would have been a better idea, or do you think these temporary idols are the better way to go about it? Because we know how we feel about the twist, but which way do you think is better?
I think having them just have a set number of like rounds that they can be played on is good, because let's say hypothetically you have the thing what they're doing now, where once they're all on the same beach. I mean, hypothetically now, one of them's been played. So are the other 2 just never gonna get fucking like become bad?
Real, yeah.
No, yeah,
Well, no.
yeah, because
I think it's when they could do a loophole, but I think the logic is once the 3 owners meet up, then they expire.
Yeah. Okay, but let's say one person gets voted off with them. Does that make it so that whatever? It's just too fucking confusing. There's a lot of like loopholes.
I think that there's no reason to do this swap and stuff because now in this game we have 3 real idols in Carolyn, Danny, and Matthew's hands. We have 3 fake idols in Jamie's, Matt's, and I don't remember what the third one was. Oh, Sarah had a fake idol.
It, yeah.
And we have 3 timed idols that Josh, Carson, and also Jamie have, and we have the extra vote that the fucking bank your vote that Lauren used, or not.
Oh, it's like
Yeah,
the
she has,
extra.
then-
vote.
she has an
Yeah.
extra vote.
And then we also had the inheritance thing that Sarah had. So we have had 11 advantages in this pre-merge, fake or otherwise.
Yeah, and all of them are fucking stupid.
4%.
And
I
how's
like
it
idols.
gonna?
I like idols. Idols are cool. Triple votes are cool. That's it.
I think, and
Or I-
Wait,
we
did you
don't
just say triple
know.
votes?
Triple vote. Yeah, triple votes are cool.
Triple votes are fucking stupid, Jonas.
Triple votes are
Okay.
literally just steal votes, but they're cooler.
Before we dive into this, basically to sum it up, there's a bunch of advantages in 44. We don't know how it's gonna go,
But
but
it's all stupid. Fuck.
we do
Yeah.
know it's gonna happen tonight because in the Discord server right now, in about 5 minutes, we're all gonna be watching Survivor. I'm gonna live stream it for you guys.
No, I'm watching it. I'm watching it with my mom. Fuck you guys.
Okay,
I'm watching
there's
it
a
with mom as
link
well. Fuck
down.
you guys as well.
Okay, there's a link down in the description down below. If these guys won't cut me off, that you can join my Discord server. You can just go on Deafin, join the VC, and you can watch Survivor for free on the house. With that, I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff we want to talk about. I want to talk about my, season information, but it's 7:56. Survivor's on in 4 minutes, so I think with that, thank you to all the boys who came out today to, give their 2 cents about Survivor Party 4 and how
Should've done
how
my
we
homework.
love it, how we love it so much.
Yeah, mom, I'm coming. Bye, guys.
Okay,
What?
but with that, hopefully we can bring this season or bring this series back more relevant again. I'll be checking out the forums for the applications, and I'll be getting the people who submitted the forms to stop by too. With that, I am JoMaH. Special thanks to Banjo, FD, Ken, Lewis, Joker, and Jonas. We will see you
Bye,
guys next time. See you guys. Wave hi. Wave bye to the camera, guys.
You cunts.
Okay. Thank you, guys. This is why Treehouse Shenanigans are Treehouse Shenanigans. But
This is
we'll
why
see you
Treehouse
guys.
is not live. Choose one get pumped up.
We will see you guys later. Peace out, guys.
Oh my god, look, everyone's leaving.
Everybody, drop your buffs. We are switching tribes.